Hello, Hawks. Mrs. Brothers here. It is so good to see you again, even if it is online. Today, I'm making this video to help guide you through your week 7 lesson. As a part of week number 6, our face-to-face students learned about value as part of their art warm-up. Value is one of the elements of art. If you look here to the right, you'll see all of these words in blue. These are the elements of art. The elements of art are the building blocks to every single art piece ever. Every single art piece in the whole wide world is going to have at least one of, if not all of, these elements. The elements are value, shape, color, form, texture, space, and line. And last week we studied value. Value is how dark or how light a color can be. There, on the value scale, the darkest color would be black, and the lightest color would be white, and there's a bunch of grays in between. We did some studies on value and did some sketches to explore it. I'm going to have a definition and a video for you to watch on the slide below. After you look at that slide, or after your lesson, you can explore that slide and maybe do a tiny sketch about value. Otherwise, keep watching to get a tutorial about your art lesson today. Your learning targets today are: I can identify abstract art. I can make a portrait. I can practice creating abstract shapes. Last week, we learned about portraits. Portraits are drawings of people. There are two different types of portraits. There are realistic portraits and abstract portraits. Realistic means they look like real life. If you look to the left, do these paintings look like they were photos? Absolutely. They look like real life. Can you say realistic? These are realistic portraits. Abstract is when an artist builds an art piece out of some shapes, and maybe it looks a little crazy and unlike real life, or maybe like it's out of a dream. Can you say abstract portraits? These are abstract portraits, and they look maybe a little crazy. After looking at these portraits, watch this video about how to make a self-portrait and see if you can find any abstract or realistic portraits. Now we're going to shift gears a little bit. I want you to have a conversation with someone in your household about wants or needs. A want is something that you don't necessarily need, but still really want. Think of some ideas for wants and maybe draw them or write them down. Then I want you to think of some things that you really need in order to survive and be happy. Some ideas of a want could be maybe a new toy or maybe a special candy bar. But needs are things we need every day. Things like food, family or friends. What else can you think of that is a need? Once you've finished writing or drawing down some wants and needs as a brainstorm, move on to the next slide. Your art challenge today is to create a want and need self-portrait. I chose to make my self-portrait abstract and a little silly and crazy with all the shapes. You are welcome to make a realistic self-portrait, but this might be a really fun opportunity to make an abstract portrait. On one side of your paper, I would like you to write or draw some of the wants you brainstormed before. On the other side of your paper, I would like you to write or draw some of the needs that you brainstormed, so that if a person looked at your artwork, they would know it's you, and they would know what you want, and they would know what you need. Be sure to turn in your artwork by clicking this link below. If you have a question about the art lesson, you may reach me at any time through my email at miranda.smith@pisd.edu. Or you may call me at my work phone at 469-752-1954. However, Now that we are teaching face-to-face, when you call, I might be teaching a lesson. I will still try to answer the phone so that we can set an appointment for me to call you back and help you with the lesson.